Hey, I got two stories to share and I classified them as cautionary tale. I will let you guys know because I don't want anyone else to do it. They are pretty silly and nothing bad happened, but I just thought I'll share so it doesn't happen to other people. The second one is pretty crazy, but you'll have to wait for me to tell the second part. The first part is for all my diabetic friends, people I know that lives with type 1 diabetes. I was at my house packing before going to work, and I realized that one of my Baqsimi, the Glucagon intranasal that we use for an emergency, one of them had stayed in the car and had frozen because it was minus 25. So it wasn't good anymore. Plus, I think it was expiring maybe in a month or something like that. I brought it back in the house. I was telling Christina that actually I've used it before, not on me. I knock on wood, I never had to use it, but on someone else. And I never witnessed what it looks like because when you use it, it's in someone's nose. So I unpacked it and I was just curious and saying, man, what happened when you spray it? And then I pushed it up and I sprayed it up. And it's a nice little powder. I'll show you the video because it's crazy. The powder lingered for several minutes. And keep in mind, we live right now while we're working on the other house in a 15 by 15, like that, 15 meters, 15 feet cabin. The powder was everywhere. And what's crazy is Christina told me, she said, hey, I can taste it. And I was like, bah, that's crazy. But I could also taste it. I just didn't want it to tell her that I messed up because, as you can see, it had my blood sugar spike a little bit. Not as much as if I would shoot the full thing in my nose, but just breathing the powder, my blood sugar went, I think, something from 8 to like 14 within a couple minutes. Cautionary tale number 1, do not spray Baqsimi Glucagon in the air, especially if you're surrounded by type 1 diabetic. If you're not diabetic, I guess it doesn't do much. You'll just make more insulin, but that's the number 1. Now, number 2, on the same day. I think I have more that happened in the next few days, but like in the same day, it was pretty crazy. This one was the most serious and the most, I wouldn't say dangerous, but stupid. I'd say stupid. I was telling a story while driving from my house to Whitehorse. I was telling a story to Christina. When my daughter Emma was younger, she would be in the back seat, in the child seat, and I would often give her my phone and show her, and she would look through pictures and whatnot. And to tease her, I would say, okay, do you want to give me back the phone? And then she will laugh and say no, and it would be like that fun game. And I would say, hey Siri, and then I say call, then I'll put the number on the screen. Then Emma would freak out, say, oh no, because basically I was calling the police as a joke because my phone wasn't activated to actually go through Siri for that kind of stuff. I was telling the story, but what I told Christina is, I was telling Emma, hey Siri, call, and I said it out loud. And next thing I know, I see from the corner of my eye, I see my phone, and then it's calling. My instinct was to hang up, which is stupid. And I was like, I hope it didn't go through, because the other thing that is pretty crazy is usually in between communities in Yukon, there's not much cell phone reception. So I thought maybe the call didn't go through, and hopefully. But then 2 things. Basically, someone called back from an unknown number, and then I freaked out because I was thinking it's probably them calling me back. But if I cannot pick up because I lose service, then what happened? I was able to pick up the line, and I told them that I was sorry, that I messed up. I said it was a pocket call, it was too long to tell the whole story. But then kudos to them, they checked my name, they asked me if I was safe, if I was free of speaking, whatever. And yeah, that was my What was that? That was my April. Damn. No, I think that was the day before April 1st. It would have been crazy on April 1st. Yeah, cautionary tale number one, do not spray randomly glucagon in the air if you're type 1 diabetic. And number two, be aware of using your AI, Siri, and because the phone is listening to everything, and even though you want to tell a story, it doesn't make the difference between the fact that how did require her or him or hit the phone to call versus this funny story I thought I was telling. So fortunately, everything ended up being okay. My blood sugar came back normal, and I guess the dispatch was fine with my answer, and that was that. So be safe out there.